Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing some Selesnya Light-Paws. The main thing that we're doing here is we're using the creature Light-Paws and its ability to drag out other auras to attach it onto itself to make it super big and super lethal. The main focus that we're trying to do is using all the glitters and ethereal armor to give it that extra oomph that it really needs to get over the top and get there super quickly, because the longer the game goes on, the harder it is for us to win. Now, how do we keep Light-Paws around? We use a card called Kaya's Ghost Form. Basically, if the creature would die or get exiled, it's going to be returned back to the battlefield. Outside of that, we're just going to hop into the games very quick, very fast, very aggressive games today. And if you like the content, please be sure to subscribe. Outside of that, thank you for watching. All right, they're mauled down to 6. So we kept a 7, they mauled to 6. See how it goes from here. And a confluence could idealistically not be in the mirror because that's a Stitcher supplier. That's a lot, but we can play our own mana confluence here. We play Mox Amber. This is just more of a habit play than anything else. If they have untapped mana, you want to play Amber first so you can at least activate it. But here they could sacrifice, so we do this to make another creature. We'll take this action. We're going to go in our deck and we're going to grab a Kaya's Ghost Form. So if we lose our creature, whether it's exile or it dies, we get to keep it around. There's a tap land from our opponent. What is their play? They could Fatal Push. We'd like them to do it now. They do not. Let's see. We can do this. Oh, it sticks immediately. Okay. Do I go ahead and grab this? Well, I think I want to grab a combat research because it gives me ward and they only have 1 mana. Now it has flying as well, so even Stitcher can't block it here. Plus, I want to just continue to draw cards. Second Kaya's Ghost Form. We'll stick on this when it comes back. Let us just play out the Admirer. Another ward creature, and then hold the line here. I'd much rather play this Kaya's Ghost Form next turn in case we lose our Light-Paws. Have nothing in the bin. There's a Grease Fang. I would assume this is supposed to be 4 color legendaries, like that Grease Fang version. Gets a 2-drop. Rafine, maybe? But they need to get a card out of their hand, which I would assume is Parhelion, or they just need to loot. Yeah, there's Parhelion. Now we just need to kill them, I guess. Can we? Feels close. This on. I know it's a little bit weird to do so. That's what we just talked about, but I'm going to put an ethereal armor on. It's an 11. Just get him in. Oh, I guess I could have attacked and put a counter on this. Huh. Move on. Even if they play the Grease Fang and bring back the Flyer, they attack, they have 2 angels back. I can ethereal armor, maybe give something trample. It has first strike. Oh yeah, I can. We definitely have it here. If they don't have any mana, we have the win. It's perfectly fine because we can play ethereal armor and get an audacity, and they can't keep up with that. This is 13. We're at 19, so we go down to 6. They'll keep these 2 back, but again, no mana here. In step, it does not matter anymore. I won't even put a counter here. Put this on here. They'll ask if we'd like to search. We'll take the action. We'll grab an audacity for trample. Then we'll move to combat and we'll swing for 23 in the air. I'll trample up. That'll be enough to get through. We have Ram. We have audacity. We have Mox Amber. We have quite a lot going on with this hand, so we'll keep a hold of it. Audacity on a Ram is actually really nice. Steel Courtyard. We'll pass. We won't conceal any information if we don't have to, or we will conceal any information we can because we don't have to commit. All right, so we can play SRAM. Just get it now. We can play Amber and then play Skrelv because this is a legendary. Even Skrelv's a legendary, so. Hesitation here from our opponent is Bodyguard holds priority every single time because, you know, you can technically sack it at any time. Sure, that's perfectly fine. That's kind of why we were okay keeping this hand, because we have another one on the back burner here. Final land, which is fantastic for us. Play it out. Get this in. Now we have protection as well. And we'll Audacity it, because we're not going to attack with Skrelv anytime soon. Oh, they just give up. They said they had enough. Alright. We go first. I mean, yeah, this hand is what we want. We just need to not be thought seized. Be sick. This is... Man, it's definitely could be sacrifice. Ooh, it's Boris. Sick. If we can get Light-Paws in play, make it survive one turn, which we do have a good chance because we have the Amber here, and an Ethereal Armor is what's getting attached to the Light-Paws. It's a 1-0. So, Ethereal Armor coming in. We'll take this action. We'll go and we will get a Ghost Form because it's our only creature, so we need to make sure it does stay around. It has first strike. Next turn, hopefully we can all that glitters make this thing absolutely massive. Oh, this is okay. They realize they can't swing in because it's a 4/4 first striker. We'll just go first again, sure. Yeah. No creature turn 1, so we'll play Temple Garden tapped. Act like we ain't got a whole lot going on. A lot of Mox Amber giving away the house there. Mono green. I normally think this is a good matchup because mono green just struggles to deal with this once we give it too much stuff. But we can definitely do things that can get around it. It's not guaranteed to be mono green yet. It could be elves. So kind of going to do things accordingly here. I'm going to grab the Kai's Ghost Form. That could be a little loose, but I have run into elves a couple times here recently. That's a reacher. That's good. That's good. For sure. We grab Audacity. We throw it on here first. I could have played Saram, but I'm just going to worry about getting my creature massive. We get Ethereal Armor, which has first strike now. We'll grab all the glitters. Throw that on there. It goes up to 16-14, and they're done. Like, this... I have nothing to show. Like, we keep going first for some reason, and we just keep getting like a Light-Paws in our opener, so it's fine. Just flying through the ranks. You know what I just said about having Light-Paws in our opener and going first? Like, not only that, we've been having the Mox, even the Mox Amber hands, where it just gives us our extra mana to play Light-Paws early. Red. So here, we do have a little bit of an issue. We're not going to want to barrel Light-Paws in immediately. Well, okay. Now I do. Because if they don't remove Light-Paws, they have way more mana to do stuff. If they do remove Light-Paws, I have another one on backup, plus Ethereal Armor going. Burning Tree? Okay. That works. That's not a haster, so I'm not too worried. Okay, now I'm worried. Stop it. If they would have just played another one, I would have cried. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, that hits, of course. There's the Saram. We don't have a life linker here. Let us Ethereal Armor first. Let's go get a little gander here. Take the action. We can grab Sentinel Eyes for Vigilance, so we can definitely get in there. We can also get Flying. We can get Celerity too, maybe. Kai's Ghost Form's fine, but I also don't know what they'll have that'll ever be big enough to kill this once we buff it all the way up. Oh, I have a Sentinel Eye in the hand. I didn't see it down here. My Giganta covered it up. Punt. We'll be alright. Have vigilance. We got this stuff. We're gonna grab Salinity. Make another 1/1 to kind of hold back. Get this out. Get this in. It has trample too, so I don't even know if I need to give it flying. I think I'd rather... Do we just be... I'm gonna draw cards. I like drawing cards. You like drawing cards? I mean... Yeah. Am? Sure. Now have a creature. I don't know if red they would ever have a way to make a sack. We'll just cup Felden maybe. Throw this in front of Burning Tree. How's it? Had a double Burning Tree on turn 2, but didn't remove our Light-Paws, so we got to do absurd things. No, it is what it is. Need to hit record if I want to talk about the deck. That's crazy. Yeah, so we'll talk about this a little bit. We ran hot. We just ran incredibly hot, which is what's really nice to do with this deck. It can definitely win if you're running hot. Now, some decks run hot, but you still have to kind of go through the turns, play out the motions, and get there. Or maybe, like, make some solid decisions. When you're running hot with this deck, it generally means, like, I'm going to win the game on turn 3. And then, or just set it up where our opponents can't keep up by turn 3, or they can't remove it. It'll come back, and our hand's stacked, brings stuff back. So we draw cards, or we bring it back with Kai's Ghost form, everything along those lines. But realistically, deck's super sweet. We went 5-0 on the day, so that's really cool. Now, was that because like went first? Yeah, like we just kept going first. We kept having a Mox Amber hand or a Light-Paws in our opener. And then we just happened to, like, against red, they didn't remove our thing. Against Grease Fang, they didn't have a Thought Seize. So there's definitely a lot of variables where we play those matchups again, and we can lose them for sure. So don't get like, oh, it's an automatic win deck. But it can be. Like, days like that where you're kind of, like, a little bit lucky, where your opponent's a little bit unfortunate on what they have in their openers, and they don't quite get to what they want to. You just have Light-Paws in your opening hand, and the Mox Ambers to play Light-Paws a turn early, and then play Amber, and then give it protection with the Kai's Ghost form. Definitely helps you take over the game very, very quickly. Outside of that, there's not really a whole lot to say. I think you can definitely see the strength of it, especially in Best of 1. It's absurd in Best of 1 because you can't really prepare for it. You prepare for the Grease Fang decks. You prepare for sometimes Control. You prepare for Mono White. You prepare for all these decks where you remove the creature and they're gone, but Kai's Ghost form brings Light-Paws back, and now you're on the back foot praying we don't have another one. And that's why in Best of 1, I went up to 2 Kai's Ghost forms. Normally you don't play them. Like, you play one, and then maybe, in sub-absurd examples, you play one on the side. Because it's like, when you're playing Best of 3, it's not as relevant. But here in Best of 1, where it's like, I need to make sure it stays around every single turn, even if I have to pass, is definitely the best thing to put in whenever you go and do something. Outside of that, I hope you all enjoyed. That's all I really have for today. It's a quick one. I go back to work tomorrow, so it is what it is. And if you liked it, be sure to subscribe, maybe. I don't know. But other than that, get out of here. Bye-bye.